morning, y'all. Happy Monday. It's very cold. Push button. Alright, there we go. Give me 1 second here. I'm still getting situated. I pushed the button real good. Seen it. Get my blanket on. Alright, blanket is more or less okay. I need to clean my desk. Where are my gloves? I actually took those off my desk this weekend because they were in the way. Okay, cool. Well, that's a problem for later. Anyway, hi. So yeah, last time we played, Byron got into a little situation, so we went back home. And now we're gonna tell everybody what happened, and I need to go talk to Cornelius, cause he supposedly went and visited Athena and Miranda, but didn't tell anybody about it. So we're gonna go see what's up with that. And I sincerely hope that we don't have to walk around here for another 3 hours because this place is cool. But God, I need puzzles. Al, you don't have to walk all the way around.
Of suffering. Every living organism suffers. Animals kill other animals to eat. And it always ends with death, torn apart or wasting away. This is what surrounds us. This is what's happening outside those walls, every hour of every day. It's our ethical responsibility as sentient beings to lessen suffering. That's what it means to be human, to understand that it is your duty to transform this world into something better. That's what the founder meant when she said that we can turn the world into a work of art. Despite what happened to him, Byron was right. We have to keep going.
This is blasphemy. Byron was punished for failing the founder's trials, and you want us to dig deeper? Just because you can't accept that suffering is natural and necessary?
Please, everyone, stop using the public frequency. If you want to argue, use your interface or speak in person.
Yes, please. Thank you. Hi, Galaxy. I was expecting that to wrap up a lot more quickly than that, but, it also confused the hell out of me initially, because I was like, oh god, who's saying those things? And, right, public frequency. Oof. Imagine being that connected to the rest of the world at all times. At least I have to push things a couple times to do that. Ugh. Anyway, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Alright, let's roll. Cinema with my friend. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Good luck.
Scorsese's works, but this one was a bit controversial for me, not because it's bad. My vision for the story, he told, misaligned with his perspective, which he used in the film. I know pretty much nothing about the film, other than it's one of his. And isn't that the one that's like 3 hours long?
It was Athena who sent Prometheus.
How do you know it was Athena?
Because she's the one who built the giant pyramid.
Sure, but how do you know it wasn't Cornelius who sent Prometheus?
Aren't they all?
Because Cornelius was here?
Okay, yeah.
Where did Prometheus appear?
Come on.
How do you know it wasn't Miranda? Maybe she got bored of waiting.
I don't buy it. I think Athena is testing us.
Why would she test us?
To see if we can use those new technologies. Like the body replication.
If those new technologies are such a big deal, why is she putting them in puzzles?
Because play is how we learn.
Maybe she's trying to tell us the opposite. That it's all just childish stuff that doesn't really matter.
The last power failure almost caused a derailment. It all matters.
You're starting to sound like Byron. Saw how that turned out.
They'll find him.
Sure.
It'll be okay, maybe. 3.5 hours long, God! I just don't have the attention span for that. Well, I might. Depends on what it is.
Nice to meet you, 1K.
Hi.
My name is Atal. I've been following your expedition. As you can tell, your discoveries have had quite the impact.
I heard your little speech there. Didn't
I
like
decided
it
to
at all.
take a stand. It started with our cats. Damien and I have had a lot of them over the decades, and I've watched every last one of them grow old and die. And that got me thinking about our responsibilities towards other life forms. What's life to most living creatures? Fear, hunger, pain, and in the end, death. Involuntary cessation of existence. That's horrifying, 1K, horrifying. And we are the only ones who can make it better.
I'll have to think about this. I'm in complete agreement. So you mean we re-engineer the whole planet? Or what exactly is our ethical duty in all this? As long as you're interested in the thing, attention span is infinite. Fair. Ask him that.
If suffering is evil, and it is, then our responsibility is to lessen it, not only in ourselves, but everywhere. I don't think we can eliminate it, but we can lessen it, and we have to.
You're right, it's our responsibility to lessen the amount of suffering. Would you say this is our purpose? Or I think suffering is natural. I agree with the last one, honestly. Granted, we could lessen it, but not eradicate completely. Because I feel like if we aren't suffering at least a little bit in some tiny aspect, we have no natural motivation to, like, learn. Or try to do things differently. On the other hand, I had to stay up till 6 a.m. last night. Oh, God. Oh, no. Yeah, we didn't get too much sleep last night. Though it was nice that I had a little fuzzy space heater under the blankets with me. Petra wanted to curl up under the covers, and it was very, very sweet. We had a cold front come through, and it's actually very, very chilly now. But yeah. What did we do this weekend? Sorry, excuse me. Hang on, let me finish this conversation.
Natural? What does that even mean? Natural means nothing in terms of ethics.
Exactly.
Here's the question, 1K. Is suffering good? Is it the way things should be?
That's not... You can't... Okay, this seems like it's gonna go on for at least 2 or 3 more questions. So yeah, we really didn't have too much we needed to get done this weekend. I wanted to mail a small box to my grandma. We took a nice picture for her and put it in a nice photo frame. Better than on Downs. So yeah, we showed up at the UPS store, And there was quite a long line. And it's a very small store. There's not supposed to be that many people in there, that's for sure. So anyway, we have the line that's going all the way around from the counter, past the doorway, and kind of wrapping around the store. And then we have a second line in the middle because they also do like notary services there. And there's only one guy who's trained on that. And God, these people had brought in like a freaking will. So it was like 14 pages of having to go through, sign stuff, and then make copies of stuff, and then... So he spent pretty much the entire time with them. In the meantime, the rest of the line just has like single page things that just took all of like 2 minutes. Notary. God, I wish. Actually, no. If they did lottery there, that line would have been out the door. But anyway, so they had a total of 3 employees there. The one guy was tied down with the notary stuff, and occasionally he would have to bring over another employee for a second to serve as a witness and also sign these papers. And there's one lady working at the actual counter trying to get people's packages sorted and everything and put into the system. And then there's another guy who's working in the back who's doing all of the extra packing and shipping and trying to get stuff ready to be sent out. And oh my god. There was like maybe 2 people who ended up making the line take a really, really long time. And it was whoever was at the counter when we first got there. And then a whole bunch of people went by. And then this lady who was like a couple people in front of us who brought like 3 giant tote bags full of just wrapped gifts that needed to be placed in and packed into an actual shipping box to be sent out to like 2 or 3 different places. And then she was asking for different shipping options for each of them, how much that was gonna cost, and all of this, and then decided she wanted to repack this other one because the box was slightly too small. And so we're just all there just going... In the meantime, the notary line gets finished. It's just like... Woo! What kind of store provides a notary service? We actually... I think the main, like, shipping stores and stuff here do. Which is good, because, the banks in this town have stupid hours. And if you try to go there outside of regular business hours, you are out of luck because they're freaking closed. So if you work a regular job with regular hours, you better hope you have direct deposit set up or you're just screwed. God forbid you need to do anything. But yeah. So anyway, that lady with all the packages ended up taking, God, probably 20 to 30 minutes on her own. So yeah, what should have just been a quick in and out trip ended up with us staying there for over an hour. But the nice thing about it is that we were all kind of joking and laughing about it and being in general like good sports about it and trying to and being very, very nice to the employees who were doing their damnedest to get through everyone and, you know, make sure everything was right. And oh my god. It was so draining. And we weren't doing anything. We were just standing there. So after that we went and got lunch, and then we had to wait in line there too, and Brood's just losing his mind at this point. So he's starting to aggressively sing lines from Christmas songs. Oh. But yeah, so we get home, we eat lunch, and then we pass out for the rest of the day. Like, God. And then, what did we do yesterday? We ended up staying up pretty late on Saturday. So we did some stuff and then napped yesterday, and that was pretty much it. Anyway, let's see. Suffering good, part of how the world should be. No, it's bad. It's bad, but we can't change it. I don't think suffering is inherently good or bad. Suffering is just something, but I'm putting the we can't change it there.
But that's objectively wrong.
You're objectively
Our whole
wrong.
history is an exercise in lessening suffering. Take my cat. She lives a better life in New Jerusalem than she would in the wild. She suffers less. Or think about medicine. How many awful diseases did our ancestors eradicate?
Take your point, but it would be very difficult to achieve on the kind of scale you're talking about. I disagree. We're always adding new forms of suffering, like war. And Reddit. To think we can change the world like that is hubris. What about factory farming? Play Dark Souls while listening to Christmas songs. Hey, nice. Going with hubris.
Hubris is just an excuse for not taking responsibility. It's witnessing injustice and shrugging and saying it's fine. It was meant to be this way by some vague higher power that apparently gets off on misery. It's cowardice, 1K. Don't be a coward.
God, I just want to shove your face into this tree. Granted, he does have some valid points. But if his mission is to eradicate all suffering, that's not feasible. There's always going to be something happening that somebody doesn't like, and it's going to cause distress for somebody else. We're all too different for things to just be like that. You're talking about establishing a hive mind where everyone thinks everything is fine all the time. And that's not okay. God, I just want to punch you. Alright.
Attention all citizens. The Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition is now open to visitors. However, please note that due to an unauthorized strike, public transport will be temporarily unavailable. May the founder be with you.
Gonna end some suffering by getting out of this conversation. Yeah, exactly. Just, hey buddy, you're causing suffering right now. I don't know what you're talking about here. Hey Helga. What other things can you turn on for me here?
1K, what can I do for you?
Future prediction, a clean start, inner peace. Ooh. How many credits do I have? I don't even know.
Whoa, inner peace doesn't come cheap. Come back when you've got 1,000 credits.
Oh, okay.
So, something else perhaps?
No, we're good.
Please come back if you need anything else.
There was just... Okay, there he is.
Are you enjoying our gardens?
That is not the voice I was expecting to come out of this guy. Yeah, they're great.
All the great secrets are right there, you know. You can watch the tiniest of seedlings grow, flourish, and die. But it's the pattern of all things that you're really seeing.
Fibonacci sequence. Actually, on his side, he's very maximalist, but I feel like without maximalist views, we're bound to always compromise on bad life deals. Fair. I just don't like how he's doing the whole all or nothing thing. Like, all of these guys seem to be like, hey, it's either option A or it's option B. And if you don't agree with option A with me, then you're wrong, and I'm mad at you. Just... Okay. Get enough of that IRL. We don't need that now. Yes, just as the entire universe is reflected in a single dewdrop. Yeah, let's do it.
Ah, so you've green fingers and apophenia too. Those traits are much too rare in the birthing algorithm, in my opinion. Sometimes I imagine myself as an old oak tree. I watch the life which grows around me. I see the ivy, the moss, the fungi, leaching my nutrients as they go. And I don't blame them. I'm delighted by how life seems so different from me can somehow be the same as me. This old oak tree drinks water from the ground. They drink their water from me. They shrivel and die in a single season. But I shrivel and die over centuries. What kind of plant would you be, I wonder?
I'd rather hear your thoughts on that. Let me tell you, keep wondering, I'm leaving. Pfft. Being flexible is a necessary skill. Yep. Let's see what kind of plant he thinks we are.
Well, you're certainly a tree of some sort.
Oh.
A bay, perhaps. You adapt to your surroundings. You might grow your trunk to be 10 meters high, providing shade for the shrubs at your roots. But you might just as well be those very shrubs, throwing up dozens of supple branches, each no longer than your arm.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Of course, it's the patterns, you see.
Why tend these gardens when our ancestors are long dead?
Our ancestors grew plants for their colors, their tastes, and their general utility. It is said they could identify a fruit based on the flavor of the air alone. Our senses may not be so honed, but we're no less evolved from the same natural world. Thank you for stopping by, 1K. I'm sure we'll meet again.
Sure. Alright, who else can we talk to? Not you. Oh, I don't want to talk to you. Nope. Oh! Oh! Did we look at this already? I feel like we might have. My kitty. Aww. Oh no! It's the dev cats! Oh. Milton, when everything changed, you made sure I wasn't alone. Dean, the nicest cat. Perhaps the only nice cat. Oh! Carlito! We did everything we could to save you. I hope there's an afterlife for cats. Oh god. Oh. Come on. Oh. Castiel. Half angel, half demon. All perfect. Oh. Damn. Truly a special creature. So glad I saved you. Look at those eyes. Oh. Gru, a powerful cat and a good friend. I miss you and I'm sorry I couldn't find you again. Oh my god! Come on! Come on! Hassan, you were very gentle and beautiful and I wish nature had been kinder to you. Come on! Don't make me cry about these people's cats. Little man. I'm so sorry. I wish I could have protected you. Damn it, stop! The old lady. Undoubtedly the most powerful demon on Earth. Love you forever. Aww. Now we're back to Milton. Sam, is it a cat or a tank? Oh. Oh. You're tiny. Oh, quiet, kind, impossible to pick up even with hands of steel. Oh. Mr. Cat, father of generations. Oh, look at that little face. Basamundo? No cat ever loved humans more than him. Would have been a perfect companion for Alexandra Drennan. Oh. Iris, your fluffy whiteness was like that of a cloud. Oh. Oh, that's a floof. Max loved food so much he struggled with diarrhea. That's less cute. That picture's really good though. Aw, Eva. Like to play with laser beams. Yeah. Oh, look at those little feet. Oh. Frodo. Could fit in any box, no matter how small. That's a pretty kitty. Ivan, you raised us as much as we raised you. Aww. Oh, there's so many cats. Oh, Misha, the blackest cat. The devil's cat. Oh. Yep. Kitties love sleeping on the mixers. Arya, alas, you've only ever sang for food. Yeah. Speaking of, broods Petra in your lap yet? Oh, in loving memory of Biba, the originator of the pigeon slaying industry and just a cat with impeccable taste in humans. Oh. Oh good, she is with you. Piggy! She's napping in a better place now. Oh. Maggie! Silly ball of energy, smarter than all of us. Left us too soon. Oh, that's such a sweet picture. Okay, that's the special D with the lion in it. I don't remember how to pronounce that, so we're calling it Donnie. Fearless king, ruler of his domain. As big in heart as he was in volume. I was gonna say, that's a big boy. Oh, Gina. Repeatedly killing things in the afterlife, but with love. Sure. Oh, I want to get that fluffy tummy. Oh. Oh, there's so many more. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Zira, destroy your dreams. Oh, God. Katya, she was a very curious cat. Yep, that's certainly a picture. Zuko, persistent door scratcher and laugh warmer. Aww. Louis, we found you as a tiny street fighter and you grew up to be our best friend. Smart, fearless, and loving. Aww. Sausage! Her beautiful gaze is upon me and her presence gives me comfort. Aww. Little Little heterochromia kitties. Oh, so pretty. Smetana. As white as sour cream. Soft as cottage cheese. Oh. Pierce, soaking in the desert sun. Oh. So comfy. Danny, didn't mind you eating my chips. It's literally sour cream in Russian. Awesome. That's a picture. Smudge, destroyer of strawberries, master of play, expert napper. Alright, we're back to 0. We gotta pet the kitty again. Oh. Oh, the purring. God, Petra was purring so loud this morning. I was petting her while she was cuddled up with me. It's so loud. Ginger, destroyer of carpets, devourer of food, connoisseur of cuddles. Oh. Pepper, spy in a former life, constantly monitoring all things from the shadows, expert arguer. Aww. Foxy. Even the foxiest among us eventually have to face their hounds. Oh, that's sad. What a pretty tortie, though. Oh. Eyeball, Psyche, Psycho. She's of many names. A nightmare and a soulmate to Yakar. If I lose all else, may I never forget her. Oh, sweet baby. Azrael, we rescued you, then you rescued us. Oh. See if I can get on that a little more to get rid of... Nope, we're just getting constant scan lines. Earl! Beloved streamer and accomplished typist. Yeah. Aww. Finn, a typical Leo. He liked attention, delicately wrapping his tail around his paws and sleeping in awkward positions. Aww, I wanna boof the snoot. Legend, a wee boy who lived up to his name. Aww. That's a pretty boy. Alright. Oh, Lily, thank you for getting your hair everywhere. Evie, beautiful on the outside only. Oh! That's terrible. Sometimes cats sleep in unimaginable positions. Oh, yeah. Seen so many pictures where they're just all turned around weird, and it's like... That's... What? How are you like this? Dipstick. He was a real cat, if you know what I mean. Oh, he blep. Oh. Flux and void. In calm, our love was filled. In play, laughter abounded. In war, the fragile shattered. Oh, cuddly babies. Paddington! May you find many cuddles and carpets to pee on wherever you may be. Much love, K&S. Oh. Worf. In different worlds, but never apart. Best friends forever. A cosmic work of art. Oh, that little face. Oh, Lucy. Oh, she is pretty. You came to me, and ever since then, my life has been brighter. My number one. Oh. Norma Jean. Your original father passed away, and I took you in. You were scared, but now I hope you're happy. Bitsy! You were taken from us too soon. I miss you more and more every day. Sweet dreams, baby. Aww. Oh, Dana and Fox. The truth is out there. Oh. Oh. Oh, don't put the hat on the kitty. Dick Cheney, don't name it that. Come on. That's mean. For a creature with so much fur, you're always trying to keep warm with your oversized hats. Oh, name it Dick Cheney. Oh, Cooper, the court jester of my heart. Chewie, music is supposed to soothe the savage beast, but you were different. Oh, mister, your ability to relax was unparalleled. God, I want to rub his tummy. Oh, Dom, I was always so glad that you never grew into your ears. Those are some big ears. Oh, that's a cute baby. Stanley Biscuits! You're the best neighbor I ever knew. Stanley Biscuits, I miss you every day. Oh. Kipper B. Voiches. Oh god, why don't give your cat a name that long? Come on. I know, it's kitty time! It's kitty. Oh, kitty. His cunning ways were quite mischievous, but we loved him all the same. Somehow missed this in my playthrough and had to see it on streams. Yeah, we're only here accidentally. And boy, am I happy about it. Okay, last one. Luna! Her name is Luna. She smells like tuna. Alright, that's fair. Short and sweet. Aww. Saffron and Cayenne. Maybe you hunt forever. Sweet babies. Arrow, never stop screaming. God. Delina, my best friend, who has always been the sunshine of my life. Aww. Ripley and Smaug. Sun sleepers, moth hunters, our favorite beasts. Aww. Sir, you were such a gentleman and I miss you dearly. Aww. Lilu, you were such a diva and always judged me with your stares, but you were a furry sweetheart underneath it all. Miss you, darling. Aww. Senya, the best magic sausage in the world. Can't wait to see you again someday. Oh, such pretty eyes. Oh god. Jazzy and Gaia, the most gentle and loving cats one could ask for. Oh, that's sweet. Jenny, did not like to be held by the unworthy. Okay, that is all the cats. That's all the cats. Alright. You can stop crying about the dead cats now. Maybe. At least those, had some that were still with us in there.
Oh, 1K.
Hey, Neith.
What are you doing here?
Cornelius got some splaining to do. Yeah, I like that a lot. That was very cute.
Ah, I assume it has something to do with your expedition?
You know
I
it.
must admit I haven't been following the news. Sorry, been a little lost lately.
Yeah, you achieved your purpose, and now you don't know what you want to do, huh? That's rough. Talos, I have no principles too. How are you doing, Bebsy? Trust you've recovered at least somewhat from the, shenanigans this weekend. They People are still calling us 1K. Maybe it's high time we get a proper name. To be fair, I think it's been like 2 days. But yeah. I would also like a real name. Never! Are you okay?
No, not really. When you asked me what I would do now that my job is redundant, I don't know, I guess I hadn't thought about it. I had just focused on getting there. And after you left, it all just rushed over me. The truth is, I don't know who I am without this. Creating new life, guiding people into existence, that's who I am. More importantly, I think that's who I want to be. And if we stop growing, that's the one thing I can't be anymore. That's why I wanted to talk to Cornelius. He was there at the beginning. He knows where we came from. I thought he might help me understand where I could go next.
I mean, if you want, you can just power me down and then, you know, wipe my memory and we can just keep going back and forth. It would make you feel better. You can find a new calling, I'm sure of it. You shouldn't have to give up who you are. It's a sacrifice, but it's necessary for the planet. I'm gonna go with this one.
Thank you, 1K. I don't want to. I liked who I was. Who I still am. Now,
Yeah.
you said you were looking for Cornelius?
He's over there in the corner, right? Yes, he seems to have been at the megastructure with Athena.
Oh, that's... well, I suppose it shouldn't really come as a surprise. They were very close, you know. After she disappeared, he went away for a long time. On a research expedition, he said. To be honest, everyone assumed he was working out his grief over being left behind. Many of the first companions were deeply shocked by her decision, particularly Byron.
So where is he now? It's actually not him in the corner, it's just somebody else. He's not in the spotlight either.
That's the thing. I wanted to talk to him about my future, but he wasn't responding to my messages. So I came here to talk to him, and he seems to have vanished.
He's leaving you on red. Any idea where he might have gone? Did you check his house? Can I access his terminal? Or is that solved? Yeah, let's ask some questions here. Where could he be? I don't know.
No. The truth is that for the longest time, he barely left the museum. He was always at his terminal, working day and night. I asked him what he was doing once, and he said he was saving the past.
Did you check his house?
I did, on my way here. And I messaged most of his other friends. He doesn't seem to be anywhere in the city at all.
Can I access his terminal?
I suppose so. It seems a little unethical, but then... it is just his work terminal, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Good luck with everything, 1K.
Thanks.
And thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah. Who are you? Huh. Aptly named.
Dude, you're 1K.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
so nice to meet you. Sorry about Byron, dude. That's a real bummer.
He's 2 versions earlier than me. How's the situation in New Jerusalem?
Lately, a lot of folks have been saying maybe that Byron dude is right after all. Like, maybe to really be excellent to each other, we have to build something new and bodacious. Don't know what will happen now that he's had that bogus accident.
That's right, be excellent to each other. Have you ever met Cornelius?
Yeah, I come here all the time. He's a wise dude. I've asked him a lot of dumb questions, and he's always taken the time to answer them.
Have a nice day, dude. Anybody else I can talk to before we get over on that terminal there? Still playing on this one, so I can't read it. Great. That's fine. I don't want to read any more than I have to today. There's also Iron Man. Alright. Notes. Lab location inaccessible. Deliberate, unclear. User profile, yes. Gold puzzles as barrier, yes. Hidden as self-protection, likely. External help for upload, yes. Ask Herman, no. Trust 1K, undecided. Applicable to Calvin, no. Applicable to Sarabai? With Noma, yes. Alright.
So this is what Cornelius was working on? Strange. It looks a bit like the blueprints for the Somnodrome, but no, it's not quite that. Is he trying to isolate something in the buffer? Maybe Melville can make sense of it, but I think this might be a dead end.
I need to finish up with the mayor. You can head back to the VTOL whenever you're ready.
Yay!
I'll meet you there. No rush, though.
VTOL, VTOL, VTOL,
May the
VTOL!
Founder be with you.
Oh wait, we need to go to the exhibit. It's open now. Don't remember which thing the exhibit was. Tablets of the Founder. Did we see this last time? I don't think we did. Oh, hey, it's Thekla.
Founder bless you, 1K. Now is the time of our great testing. The deceiver Byron has been slain, and we must turn away from the path of sin or suffer the same fate.
Right, I forgot you were that one. Can we just have that conversation about suffering? Now this is the knee-jerk reaction. No, Galaxy. We're gonna try to have a dialogue here. And if she doesn't relent, then we get to call her an idiot. Why do you hate Byron so much?
Because the values he teaches are evil. He wants to violate the Earth with human filth, blacken the skies, and kill the oceans.
Byron believes we can grow without repeating the mistakes of the past. If you think that, you're an idiot. Hold.
The tools of the sinner cannot be used to raise the sinner's palace. Never forget that, 1K.
Not a tree I can bash your face into. You stay there until I can find something else appropriate. Perhaps this light pole. Who are you? Sebastian. Alright, bye. She is Lisbeth. Create 1,000 citizens, the ideal number of humans. Live in harmony with nature, maintain balance in all things. Oh, they call me bestie. Not Lisbeth. Oh God, what was her name? Beffica. I was like, is that just a name I don't recognize? That you're good, you're good. We got there. Be respectful toward each other. Respect the traditions of our people. Be mindful of the mistakes of our ancestors. Alright. Be thankful to the progenitor, Alexander Drennan. Be thankful to the Keeper of Memories, Arkady Chernyshevsky. Keep bright the memory of Gehenna and its people who found peace. I forgot how to pronounce the word keep, and so I was just staring at that for a while my brain caught up. Okay. Milton's Rest.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, it's Garrus! It's not spelled the same, but that's as close as we're gonna get. He's not even blue and I'm sad about it.
We must listen to the wisdom of the ancient writers, or we will fail the Founder's trial. The megastructure must be rejected.
Okay.
Founder's blessings, 1K.
Hi, Dana. Yeah. Yeah. Argument simulator. Oh, good. A short, punchy work of games as commentary. Do you agree with the conclusion it suggests? Oh, God. Play the argument simulator. Hang on, let's talk to this guy before we start. Proper pronunciation is Arcadi. Alright. Hey, it's Neve! Speaking of pronunciations.
Welcome to the Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition. Oh, it's you, 1K. Please tell me, you were there when everything went sideways. Do you think Byron will be all right?
Ah, he's fine. I don't know, his mind is stuck in a data stream overload. Or if we find him, he'll be fine. Yeah, we'll tell her about the overload.
That sounds dangerous. Make sure you find him and pull him out. He is a menace, but we need him. But anyway, you've come to take a well-deserved break from your expedition. So let's talk about something else.
Okay. What's Gehenna?
Gehenna was a place in the simulation. A prison where Elohim exiled the minds that didn't fit his plans. In time, the prison became a community with a culture of its own.
What happened to the people of Gehenna?
In the very last moments of the simulation, Elohim realized what he'd done and sent his messenger Uriel to free the prisoners. They were uploaded to the gold disc, and their legacy is part of all of us.
Alright. Why text adventures?
Text adventures were one of the few art forms available to the people of Gehenna. By continuing to work in that medium, we keep their memory alive.
How do you see the role of the artist in society?
I don't think the role of the artist should be reduced to any single social function. The artist isn't an educator or a moralist. Art isn't about teaching us lessons or imparting values. Nor do I think it's simply self-expression. The best art reaches out beyond the self, into something ineffable. The creative impulse can't really be quantified or predicted. That's why artistic freedom is so profoundly essential. Without the freedom to shock, to offend, to transgress, art becomes stagnant.
could Cornelius have gone?
If it's true that he knew where Athena was, then he's gone back to the island.
The
There's no way he'd ever leave her. He must have some kind of plan. But I don't know more than that. He's been very private these last few centuries.
We're getting offensive? Yeah. It's like, there's a way to do it in a thought-provoking way. We're not just talking about, like, spray painting F you all over everything. Alright, so we have the Argument Simulator, we have Ghosts of Atlantis. Lyrical atmospheric quasi-sequel to Atlantis, a classic work created by Lilith. The original game told the story of the inundation of the mythical land, no doubt reflecting the impending fate of the citizens of Gehenna. Jefferson Goldboom and the Spectre of Modernity by Rat. Okay. Another story in the much-celebrated Jefferson Goldboom shared universe originated in Gehenna. It maintains the characteristic writing style of the series, but focuses on a new set of themes. It's a metaphor. The spray paint represents my discontent for commercialism. Alright. Let's start out with the Argument Simulator. I want to get sassy. See, the text is way bigger on this, but not on our actual thing. What the hell? Modern art is painting the word shit with your own shit with bare hands in front of people. I think we call that performance art. Modern art would just be flinging it onto a canvas and then selling it for thousands, if not millions. Alright, start! Choose your character. We've got Goldboom, Socrates, or Library Assistants. Alright, we'll pick Socrates. Socrates, as many may call him. Incorrectly as they may be. Choose your argument. It's true. It's false. It's not true. Let's go with not true. Okay. I disagree. You're wrong. This is obviously incorrect. No, you are. I can contradict you. Your contradiction is self-defeating. I question your epistemology. I question your axiomatic principles. I question your ethics. I question your metaphysics. Let's find out what we agree on. Curious. Okay. It feels like a good idea for us to understand one another better. Game over. Thank you for playing Argument Simulator. Would you like to play again? I got Genesius Barrel. It's super effective. Let's do Goldboom. It's true. That's the opposite of the truth. This is obviously incorrect. No, it isn't. I can contradict you. Your contradiction is self-defeating. I question your... Yeah, let's go with that one. Epistemology. Your question begs for your assertion. Foundations of your thinking are incorrect. Your mom is incorrect. Yeah. Oh, Reginald! I disagree! Alright, so the only way to get out of this is just to, There you go, alright. That wasn't quite as fun as I wanted it to be. Alright, let's play a Jeff Goldblum game. A true story. Start. You, Jefferson Goldboom, definitely step out of your charging pod and walk into the main lobby of Goldboom Institute. It is a humble abode, filled with a small 4-seater sofa, a table, a coffee bar, and an arboretum. Ginny HD, your fiancé and a leading member of the Caserati Bierstress, sure, jazz ensemble, greets you from the sofa while Frankie Soy Sauce waits from the coffee bar and the Velociraptor John Malcolm drives out of the arboretum on his motorcycle wearing his green armored t-shirt. This is the best story ever. True story, huh? Alright, who do we want to speak to first? Ginny HD, Frankie Soy Sauce, or John Malcolm? He rested boobily down the stairs. Okay, I'll talk to John. Chirp, chirps John Malcolm. Oh, Jesus. I didn't, what? I get to see all of that. Oh, okay, well. I guess it's because we made the text too big. Strange greeting. John, are you well? I am fine, my friend, John Malcolm says as he gets out of his motorcycle. I am merely practicing the songs of my ancestors. Your ancestors? The mighty hawk and the humble red robin. As you are descended from the apes, us dinosaurians are descended from the folk of the air. Life, my friend, is a never-ending cycle. One species rising from the ashes of the last. You're about to comment on the prodigious size of John's wisdom when a klaxon resounds throughout the Goldboom Institute. Okay, who do we ask what's happening? Do we ask John? Do we ask Ginny or Frankie? Or just turn off the alarm? Alright, let's see what the raptor says. Chirp, chirp! Chirp, chirps John Malcolm loudly before he shrugs his reptilian shoulders. Sorry, my friend, I'm afraid this saying doesn't translate very well. Maybe you should shut the klaxon off before we continue this conversation. I can shoot it, I can play my guitar, or I can shut the klaxon off. Let's play the guitar. You unsling your guitar from your back and check the strings to make sure that they are in the proper order. Then you take a heroic stance, with your chest puffed out, your legs splayed wide, and your guitar held heroically aloft. You play a chord, a perfect chord, followed by another equally perfect chord, and another, and another. As always, all the chords that you play are perfect. This is your greatest burden. Mollified, the klaxon shuts itself off. Talk to your team. Oh. Good lord. All men exaggerate the size of their wisdom. They wouldn't know 6 inches of wisdom if it hit them in the face. You turn from the now silent central computer console to look at your team, who are all gazing back at you with varying levels of wonderment in their eyes. Ask why the klaxon was blaring. John Malcolm dismounts his motorcycle with an air of certainty and queries the central computer console with sure taps of his reptilian claws upon the keyboard. It seems, John Malcolm says, that the sensors have detected a threat of galactic magnitude. Oh no, cries Ginny HD, while Frankie Soy Sauce drops his cup of joe in fear. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Ask what the threat is, check John's findings. What do you have, John? Even a first cursory glance at the central computer console reveals that John Malcolm is right. The klaxon is indeed warning you of an unparalleled threat to both human world and the denizens of the 9th dimension. Jefferson, what is it? It's, you say with neutron starlight gravity, the specter of modernity. Ginny HD, it's coming for us. The silence that follows your proclamation is only penetrated by Ginny HD's gasp and the porcelain sound of Frankie Soy Sauce's freshly brewed Java hitting the floor. Did you pick up another one just to drop it? Put it down, Frankie. Ask what the Spectre is. Ask when the Spectre will arrive, or take action. I mean, we gotta take action. Friends, humans, dinosaurians, countrymen. Possessed by a sudden urge to act, you jump up on the coffee maker, much to Frankie Soy Sauce's dismay. Get Frankie away from the coffee, damn! We cannot let this threat to our very way of life go unanswered. No, we must stand against the Spectre and not yield until we are victorious. Will you stand with me? Wait for their response. Yes, my darling, anything for human world, cries Ginny HD. Friend, you know that I will stand with you until the bitter end, adds John Malcolm solemnly. For coffee, shouts Frankie Soy Sauce, and for love. But, asks Ginny HD after the shouting and swearing of fealty is done, how will we prevail? The Spectre of modernity is too powerful for you to fight it on your own. Of course she is right, as she usually is. I think if I ever took acid, that's what it would feel like. Yeah, I am also fighting the urge to autocorrect to John Malkovich. It's a problem. Oh boy, who do we take with us? We can go alone. We're obviously taking John Malcolm with us. I'm sorry, that's John Malcolm. Alright, let's go. Ah, Jefferson, I am honored that you would choose me as your companion on this quest, John Malcolm. Is it? Have I been reading it wrong this whole time? Is the L supposed to be what? Or did they just misspell it 3 times? Anyway, Raptor John. Flapping his flightless, sparsely feathered arms in gratitude, together we will defeat the Spectre of modernity, and our adventures will live on in Jefferson. Whoop. Hang on. Live on in song for generations to come. Tell me, friend Jefferson, where shall I take us on my motorcycle? This is why I struggled with reading assignments in school. Like, oh god, it was a problem. And then I do the thing where you start reading up at a line that's like up here for some reason, and you just go in a circle. But was I just correcting it? Like, I thought it was actually spelled Malcolm correctly like this whole time. This is the first I noticed it. Like, that's why I'm asking. Like, I didn't think it was like that before. Cause yeah, the Goldblum thing was very apparent. Has it? All right. ChatGPT v5 hasn't improved matters. God. Alright, where do we want to go? Do we want to go the jungle, the ocean, or the islands? Or do we go confront the Spectre immediately? Let's go to the jungle. Oh, you said islands. We'll go there next. Okay, yeah, it's spelled like that again. I've just been correcting it in my brain this whole time, like... Alright, anyway. We're still pronouncing it John Malcolm, though, because... it's easier. Motorcycle carries you and your dinosaurian friend swiftly across the mountains and dales until you arrive in the heart of the great jungle. Friend Jefferson, cries John Malcolm mournfully, the terrain is too uneven for my trusty hog. We must dismount it and continue on foot. You walk through the dense foliage, feeling a myriad of eyes upon you, until you arrive at a clearing in the center of which stands a great mechanical clock tower. You know that nothing good can come from such a terrible machine. Oh god, now we gotta play Clock Tower. Unless it's the Castlevania Clock Tower, which is arguably worse. With little other choice left by the treacherous terrain, you approach the tower. The clock's hands reach for you greedily. Oh no. Luckily, the sinister hands bounce off harmlessly on John. Okay, well. Come on! just miss all of that because the text is too big. That makes me sad. Exaggerated the size of his trusty hog too. You strum your guitar and John Malcolm calls for his brethren, the birds that live abundantly within the jungle, and together you bring the tower down. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. We are victorious, John Malcolm proclaims, only for his lipless reptilian smile to fall when he gazes upon your worried face. What is it, Jefferson? This wasn't the specter of modernity, old friend. This was only its lieutenant. The true battle lies ahead of us still. But then you pick up a warped and twisted piece of metal in your fleshy hands and grin grimly. But mayhap now that we know what stuff our adversary is made of, we can stand a chance against him. Yeah, I think so too. Let me... I'm gonna put it back to normal just to make sure we don't miss anything. Considering it wasn't actually doing what we were wanting it to do. God, that's so much different. Oh. Okay, the thing we missed. Oh, now that's way too small. Hang on, let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, that's good. Alright, the part that we missed. Sinister hands bounce off harmlessly on John Malcolm's armored t-shirt. Aha, you cry. I think you'll find that humans and dinosaurians will not be conquered quite so easily. Okay. So we just missed that one line, that's fine. Alright, let's go to the islands. John's motorcycle is not swift enough to carry you across the turbulent waves that surround the islands. Together you stand on the shore, gazing out across the vast expanse of choppy water. I am sorry, friend, bemoans the dinosaurian mournfully. My armored t-shirt makes it impossible for me to swim, and my motorcycle is not made to crest these waves. I have doomed our endeavor from the start. My reptilian brother, you say, resting your human hand upon John Malcolm's scaly shoulder. I would rather have failed with you than succeeded at someone else's side. For we will be friends until the bitter end, no matter what the future may hold. We just need to confront the Spectre as best we can with the tools at our disposal. Alright, our only option now is the Icy Mountains. Yeah, we missed another chirp thing. After a long day of travel, you arrive at the Icy Mountains. The Great Mountains are barren of plants and animal life, yet they are beautiful in their own way. Jagged and cragged and rugged, peaked with snow and gouged to the bedrock by merry little streams. But there seems to be nothing that could be useful in defeating the Spectre of Modernity. Well, says your companion, what now? Forge on! I think we should continue, you say humbly. Don't you agree? Jefferson, so it has come to this. The motorcycle riding what reptilian sighs. Together we stand at the end of the world, figuratively and literally. Dinosaurians and humankind united in one last quest to save us all, and our only logical way is forward and onward. You hum in agreement. It is a beautiful thought. I am not sad that it is you that I find myself with here at the end, John Malcolm continues. Just look upon this great otherworldly beauty before us. The Spectre of Modernity only sees the future, but these mountains have seen our entire past, and they have never bowed to change. Dear God, aren't they majestic, old friend? Oh my God, kiss him! Kiss the raptor! As the sun sets over the sea, you slowly pluck out Green Day's Time of Your Life. You're about to respond, but before you can open your mouth, the ground before you gapes open and a horrendous yet oddly beautiful figure with glowing red eyes and mighty antlers emerges from the depths. Oh God, it's Dusk HD! It's here! Ah! Who dares summon the deer god? It howls in a voice echoing as if in a deep cavern. My God, we can't escape Alan Wake! Oh my god. Let's attempt to explain the misunderstanding. I'm sure that'll be fine. As the dust settles, you see before you a mighty white stag with glowing red eyes and golden antlers. You tremble bodily and quake in your boots as the apparition gazes upon you. Who hath summoned me? The deer booms. What foolish mortal dares to disturb my slumber? Oh, great antlered one, you say earnestly. Your awakening is not the result of intent, but of... homophony? What? The antlered creature cocks his head and its eyes flash menacingly, but it does not otherwise react. Ask for the deer god's help. It's not a lake, it's a dinosaurian. Damn it. Ah! We are on a quest to destroy the specter of modernity, and we would ask for your help in our noble cause. And why would I help you, foolish mortal? To protect our way of life, because modernity destroys beauty, to preserve the ideals of loyalty, to preserve friendship, because modernity has no space for love. Talk about umami. Sure, let's talk about umami. Because, you say, clutching your guitar sincerely to your chest. Because of umami? The great antlered one blinks. Come again? Umami, one of the 5 basic tastes? The beast laughs, and it sounds like the mountains are trembling. The very ground rumbles underneath your feet. How foolish of you, Jefferson Goldboom, to think that a herbivore deity could care about the savory taste. Be gone, and don't come back here again, puny human. And with that, the deer god vanishes back into the ground. Crap. Well, there goes that. But the chicken tastes real good, so it's fine. Alright, let's go find the specter. When you approach the lair of the specter of modernity, you decide to leave your companion behind, knowing that you cannot risk another life in this final confrontation. Sometimes heroes have to stand alone. Enter the mechanical lair! Screw him, he's unworthy. Inside the mechanical lair, the specter of modernity waits for you, sitting translucently on a titanium throne. The specter of modernity, you murmur through gritted teeth. We meet at last. You're mistaken, Professor Dr. Goldboom. The specter of modernity says, we have met many times before. I am your father and your mother. Request clarification. Who do you think inspired you to add the power of electricity to your guitar? Who upgraded Ginny from SD to HD? Who indeed deciphered the mathematical secrets of the chords, that arcane knowledge upon which some of your greatest adventures depend? I was your ally all along, Jefferson. The foul wizard of crime has conspired to turn you against me. It was he who enchanted your klaxon. That actually makes a lot of sense. Sorry. No biggie, says the specter. Now let us defeat the wizard of crime together. Even now he conspires to steal all that you have accomplished with the power of his enchantments that confuse the mind. Alright, let's go back to the Institute. You rush back to the Goldboom Institute, where you find the wizard of crime taking advantage of the absence of your heroic friends, out seeking other ways to stop the specter of modernity, to rifle through your belongings. He is surprised to see you. I see my scheme has failed. Curses. Were it not for that scheming specter, I would have stolen all of your wealth and added it to my ever-growing hoard. For that is my scheme, to steal and steal until the whole world is mine. Wah! And so you arrest the foul sorcerer instead of the development of human potential and become good friends with the specter of modernity. Just call me Mo, the specter says. I'm sure we'll have many wonderful adventures together. The end. Yay! Oh god, now I gotta do this Atlantis one. Oh. My throat's getting real scratchy now. Gently, your ship touches down on the land that once was the Isle of Atlantis, which in the days before the waters receded lay deep under the Sea of Atlas. You have come to find the last legacy of your ancestors. The red sun burns bright in the sky, scorching the dying earth. That was certainly a story. Journey to the Broken Tower, Temple of the Owl, Lost Shore, Temple of Serpents, or Ancient Farmlands. To the farmlands. The soil used to be rich, life-giving. Generations of humans relied on it to survive. When the waves came, and after the waves, the dying sun. Now that all life is gone, something has been revealed underneath the soil. A city of unimaginable antiquity. The ghost of the farmer waits in its ruins. Okay. Let's talk to him. The city is older than the capital, the ghost tells you. It is older than Atlantis itself. When our most distant ancestors huddled in terror before thunder and lightning, this city was already old. And yet the city is not foreign to us. We too are its citizens. He looks directly at you, and there's a light in his eyes that is not of this world. Are you willing to swear fealty to the city across the boundaries of time and space? Sure, why not? Good, but remember that even in the lofty world of the stars where you've come from, that loyalty will be tested. Ask Farmer to join you. The strange light fades from the ghost's form. The farmer smiles. Why, of course, I'd love to join you. I've always loved adventures, you know, and never got to go very far from home. Alright. We've recruited the farmer. Let's go to the tower. On the northern shores of the island, where the frozen ocean once stretched to the horizon, oh god. Too many commas. Too many phrases in one sentence. On the northern shores of the island, where the frozen ocean once stretched to the horizon, stand the remains of a tower. Here lived a great magician who advised the king of Atlantis in matters of the sublime. Approach the tower. There is very little left of the once impressive structure. To anyone else, it would be a pile of rubble covered in black, dried-out moss. But you can see a glimpse of its past, of the craft that went into its making. By the tower stands the ghost of the magician, awaiting you. Alright, let's talk to him. A great marvel was revealed to me in this tower, the magician says. A glimpse of the sublime. And although I am dead, my soul has spent an aeon under the sea. That vision is not lost on me. Even now, I could summon it and reveal it fully. He pauses. If I do, I will finally witness the sublime in all its glory. But I believe that in this moment, my soul will be annihilated. Is that a fate I should embrace or reject? Annihilation of the self is liberty, or annihilation of the self is sin? I don't know, what do y'all want to do? If he takes himself out, we can't bring him with us. This is giving me Gale vibes. Alright. You speak wisely, the magician says. I have lingered here too long. He turns away from you towards a world beyond your sight. A bright light suffuses him, and you cannot tell whether the magician is laughing or screaming. Then he's gone. Okay. Bebsy, you need a little, personal time? You need a minute? Oh. Alright, journey to the lost shore. Your journey takes you to a wasteland that was once a beach where children from the Atlantean capital of Luna came to play. Here stands the ghost of the poet, contemplating the dying sun that fills the sky. Self-care is important, that's right. I never completed my great work, he says. There were too many priests and censors who interfered, who did not allow me to create what I intended because they feared the free and true expression of poetic genius. And then came the earthquakes and the waves, and long ages under the sea, and now this time of burning death. Yet still I long for its completion, and my soul imagines what could have been. You must accept that your work cannot be finished, you are dead, or you must refuse to accept your death and find a way of completing the great work. I mean, we just killed the magician. Let's recruit a bard here. He can give us some good buffs, maybe. All art is irrational, the poet says. It is not the opposite of reason, but beyond reason. And so is defiance of death. Even but the dead themselves. We are gone, we do not exist, and yet we refuse to surrender. Perhaps that is what is called faith. Come with us, though. Thank you, I have remained too long in this place. Alright. To the Temple of the Owl! The sun grows bigger and brighter, time is running short. Your next stop is the Temple of the Owl, the greatest scientific institution of old Atlantis. Here the ancients tried to understand the secret laws of the cosmos, although their studies did not advance far enough to prevent their fate. The ghost of the scientist awaits you in the ruins. I have not rested in death, the scientist tells you. In fact, death has provided ample opportunity for study. I have learned much about the machinery of creation. He hesitates. I would like to join you, but I fear that the truth I have discovered will offend and outrage many. Tell him not to reveal the truth. Tell him the truth matters more than anything. Tell him that the time of such outrage is past. Tell him that outrage should not prevent compassion. Tell him to stay behind. Okay, well, we're not doing that one. And we're not doing this one. So what is your favorite of these three? Scientists can't rest in death as so many people's opinions leave them perpetually spinning in their graves. They should really get on a way to convert that into some kind of useful energy source, because, 3 being this 3. Okay. Yeah, I figured as soon as I read that, I was like, that's got Galaxy on it. I don't know if it matters, but once it is known, it cannot be ignored. Still, if you believe it matters, then it does, and I will join you. Yeah, come on then. Luckily, Newton remains at rest, but we're not sure about Schrödinger. Oh, I want to work a Pet Cemetery joke in there. To the Temple of the Serpents! You make your way to the Temple of Serpents! Which... oh god. Which once was the greatest hospital in all of Atlantis. The sick and the injured came here from all across the island, hoping that salvation could be found in its halls. All that is left of the temple is a labyrinth of low walls, and the ghost of the physician is waiting for you. It is faint, barely visible. Explore labyrinth, speak to the physician. Let's talk to him first. Just don't observe him. I worked here day and night for many years, and I saved countless lives, the physician says. And yet, Of all the lives that I saved, only one survived the death of the island, a young messenger who escaped on one of the ships thanks to another's sacrifice. And I have wondered many times since, was my work in vain? The burden of this question is eroding my soul. No, because death comes to all in the end. No, because that messenger is my ancestor. No, because he who saves one life saves all lives. No, because all lives are worth saving no matter the future. Or all things are in vain unless we choose to believe differently. That's rather bleak. Let's go bowling. I was just telling Brood yesterday I wanted to go bowling. You like 5? Alright, let's do it. The physician's eyes widen and he becomes more visible. You're right, the physician says. In my work, I have seen life and death, and I know that to the cosmos, one is the same as the other. But not to me. It is I who find meaning in lives. I must choose to continue doing so. Alright, come with us. That is fair. I will join you, the physician says. There is still good I can do, even as a ghost. Alright. Oh, I don't get to go back to the labyrinth? Oh. Oh well. To the palace! The palace once stood in the very heart of Luna, the capital of Atlantis. Here the greatest artists and craftsmen of that long-forgotten era built marvels and luxuries that would astound even a traveler from the distant future. But these things, like everything else, are gone now. Only a single remnant of the Atlantean world remains, though it is perhaps the most precious. A great mosaic telling the history of Atlantis. Before it waits the ghost of the king. Alright, let's talk to him. It's not the Burger King king, is it? Because if it is, I'm gonna scream. What's that line from Night in the Woods? Choose to believe in a universe that doesn't care and people that do? Yes. Yes. God, what a strange and interesting game. Also, I can't remember what the little crow character's name was, but he was very cute. He had a little hat, and I loved him. Was it Germ? Yeah! That's right. As I was remembering, it was something that was kind of like, ew. That was it. Let's see. We're talking to the king. I tried to be a good man, the king says. To be kind, to balance justice with mercy, to honor the gods, to support the peasant and the scholar alike. And yet I failed. Why? There are options. You failed because you were immoral and Mother Earth punished you. You did not fail. We are here. All kings must fail, but it is not your fault that you were born a king. Or you failed because you put yourself above others and hoarded luxury. Yeah. Still, my favorite line is May's drunken, all riding sex and having papers with each other. Oh, man. We should play that one of these days. I'm pretty sure I have it. You failed because you put yourself above others and hoarded luxury. The king considers your words. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps if instead of building palaces we had spent our wealth more wisely, we would have had the wisdom and the fortitude to overcome the rising seas. But when I was born, this palace already stood. Nevertheless, you should have done better, or then the fault lies with the kingship itself and not with the king. Alright, so where does the guilt lie? He could have tried to fight the cycle, if we pick one. But considering he didn't try to at all. Yes, noted. Noted. I'm gonna pick two. The king is comforted by her words. I hope you are right, he says. I know that I am not without blame, even if I was born into an unjust world, but in the end, I chose to save others before myself. Alright, he's coming with us. The king lays his ghostly crown aside. I will join you, but only as a man. Alright. Examine the mosaic. The mosaic is a work of superb beauty, a great work of history and humanity. In it you see reflected all the hardship, tragedy, hope, triumph, and heartbreak of your ancestors. This is what you came to find. Yoink. You cannot retrieve the mosaic alone. The forces of time are too powerful, and the strength of a single person is not enough. Ask the ghost for help. Even with the help of the ghost, you cannot entirely pry the mosaic loose from the... Morris? From the morass? I've never seen that word before. Of history, but you succeeded at removing a large part depicting the golden age of the island. It will have to do. I wonder if we had the wizard if we could get the whole thing out. A strange bittersweet feeling fills your heart as you return to the ship. You did not fail, yet so much was lost. Could you have done better? Should you have? The sun engulfs the earth. You wonder what will be remembered of your own time. The end. It's a swamp. Okay. Interesting. Alright, we got an achievement for doing all the text adventures, and now I'm very tired. That was a lot of reading. Sorry, did I scare you? Come back. Because, you know, cats love when you go running after them. I guess this is just one that is scared. Let me love you. I want to pet the kitty. Oh. Alright, let's go get in the VTOL. I didn't step on him!
Nothing's the same anymore.
Just gonna go. Well, I did do the second part. Freebird! That's why that sounds familiar. Okay.
You are the Founder's chosen, but you are in grave danger of going astray. Heed my words, 1K. If you fail this trial, a year from now, New Jerusalem will lie in ruins.
Tell me more! And you know this how?
Anyone can see the truth if they are willing to open their eyes. Have you not read the books of our ancestors? In every one of them,
Literally 3 days
the
old.
same story is told, again and again.
Been busy.
That the pursuit of knowledge can only lead to death and grief. That is what all the great ancient visionaries foresaw. Listen to their warnings. Seek happiness in tranquility. And avoid ambition.
Alright, stay dumb and happy, got it. Something like 15 years, I don't know if I can remember where I got the line, sorry, I'll zip my pants back up from G-Man Squad video. Oh god. I don't think all ancient writers believed that. There were other strands of thought. That can easily become a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you no longer imagine a better future, you cannot build one. There must be a reason those ancient writers kept repeating that theme. I'm gonna go with that.
The very idea of a better future is what's rotten. That is what the ancients were trying to tell us. All the problems of the world come from those who think the world needs to be improved.
So we shouldn't even try to make things better. Or you, sir, are a moron of the highest order. Or perhaps you're right, I'll think about it. God, I want to pick two. We'll go with one.
Yes, progress is a fantasy. Things never truly change. All we can do is prevent our hubris from making things worse.
Okay. I want the option to just run around and slap people. Run into Atal again, just... You just backhanded me, and I'll do it again! Boingy, 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 boingy.
1K,
Hi.
could you join us for a quick debrief?
I'm here.
Attending today are advisors from engineering, the archive scholars, and Helga.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, don't mind me. I'm just an admirer of governmental transparency.
Yes, well. While the mayor is briefed by Alcatraz, he's asked us to review recent events. Byron's loss has unsettled us all. It may be too dangerous to allow this expedition to continue.
May not be safe, but we can't leave Byron behind. Byron took risks. We'll be more careful. No, we most certainly will not. The island has technology we can't afford to ignore. We're hot on the Founder's heels. We must keep searching. The island is one big puzzle that's halfway solved. We can't quit now. Frankly, it's too dangerous. We should leave that island well alone. We can't leave Byron behind. Come on.
I agree. We cannot be guided by fear. We must do what's right.
Let's not forget the dam's falling apart. We can't depend on hydro forever. With just a fraction of the power that island can generate, we could grow this city into a planetary society.
Or, quite possibly, destroy ourselves in the process.
Well, then at that point, it doesn't matter, does it? I say we go big or go home. Yeah. I've ever heard of any good outcomes of people who signed with Machinima. Unfortunately. Only some who got out a little bit better than others. Let's go bowling. That's right. We should trust ourselves to make good of this opportunity. We should beware the fate of those who wield power beyond their reckoning. We have more important matters to discuss. Let's go with that one.
Wise words from one so young. Yet I submit that island holds secrets far more valuable than mere
Fine, we can
energy
get more.
generation.
What could be more important?
The Somnodrome, of course. If we could find a working model, it would herald a sea change in our moral and self-understanding. The question of how we should build New Jerusalem would simply be moot.
Ow, why? Tell me more.
The Somnodrome was supposed to let us interact with our own subconscious code. It's a cool idea, but it wouldn't necessarily solve all our problems.
My own studies prove that we operate on an intrinsic moral logic. It's what makes us human. But our access to it is only indirect. Our ancestors created art, philosophy, and parable to help bridge that gap. The Somnodrome would help us to cut out the middleman and ask the source directly. We would finally have an answer to the great moral questions.
So, it's a newfangled way to make the same old mistake of judging who's good and who's bad.
We're fortunate 1K preserved the Somnodrome for our study. Initial data suggests it was a prototype with substantial design flaws. But there may be a working device elsewhere on the island.
Then the question is, what would 1K do if they found it?
Don't all turn and look at me like that, Jesus! We're gonna talk about you like you're not even in the room, and then we're gonna ask for your opinion. Jesus. I know of only one group that got out of Machinima contract after years, but it soured things, and they did only a few videos before packing it in. Yeah. I know the best friends managed to recover from it decently well. And last for a few more years. And then other things kinda... And now they're not around anymore, but we still watch their videos from time to time. I would destroy it, I would share it with the people, I would let the government decide. No, no, and no. Let the scholars investigate, I would keep an open mind. I'd use it myself and see how I feel. This is absolutely the most reckless option. Let's do that.
No! This is much too important to decide on a whim.
But it's so much more fun when we're kept in suspense. You all sound so sure of what's best for this city. Do you ever think you might be so busy changing the world for the better, you'll forget how to see that it's perfect already?
So clearly there are different perspectives in the room. The only way we are going to move forward is if the team gets back out there. 1K, I believe Alcatraz is waiting for you at the VTOL.
Yay!
We'll be keeping an eye on your stream from here.
Thought Machinima was just a genre, didn't know it was some sort of label. Yeah, so was a bunch of different YouTubers and stuff that signed contracts with them to keep making content and stuff. Herman, you okay, bud? Get your land leg situated?
What can I do for you, 1K?
We have to rescue Byron. What do you think about the technologies we've discovered?
They all
sound very promising, of course. Apparently, it's possible to just magic things into existence now. But what is the cost, 1K? There's always a cost. I agree. We can't just leave one of our most important citizens in that death trap. It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Okay, good talk, Mr. Mayor. Into the VTOL! We didn't get to see
What did the mayor
Bruce.
say?
I convinced him that we need to keep going until we found Byron.
Did he want us to leave him behind?
No, he's just concerned for our safety. And he's right to be. But we're going back anyway.
Hey, nap time.
Great trials lie ahead of you, my child. But your choices will determine the future.
Melville? Are you receiving?
Yep. Welcome back to the mysterious island, everyone.
How's the situation?
Whatever Byron did seems to have sent the whole system into some kind of lockdown. I can't access any of the terminals, although I suspect 1K still could.
Why would that be the case?
When 1K connected to the data stream, the system assigned him a user profile. The rest of us are locked out, which means I'll need your help, 1K, because a lot of stuff doesn't seem to be working.
Okay. Check it out and see what you can fix. But please remember, what matters most is finding Byron.
All right. The password is 1K rules. That's right. And we're back. So where are we going next? We need to start the southern regions here. I know it's a bit early, but I'm thinking this is probably a good time to call it. Because I don't want to just start this now and then have to break it up. So, I have a question for y'all. Tomorrow is when the God of War DLC drops. I'm not entirely sure exactly what it is. What I've been seeing is it's some kind of roguelite mode. That's just what I've seen other people saying. I haven't seen any official confirmation on that. I'm also not sure when I'm going to be able to download that. If that's going to go live at noon my time. Or 10 or whatever. I'll need to check on that. Sorry, hiccup. My question to y'all is, would y'all like me to get things up and try to play that tomorrow on release day? Or do you want us to just keep going on with this? And then we'll just get to the God of War DLC whenever. I'm okay with either one. I want to know what y'all want to do. Yeah, we just hit a very good spot where we just got more exposition and then we get into puzzle time next time, so. Okay. Alright, then in that case, I will go ahead and try to get the Elgato stuff reinstalled and hooked up correctly. Of course, if there's issues with that, or I can't download it without can't download it within a reasonable time or anything, we will, you know, default back to this. I am gonna see when it actually goes live on the store, and I will of course download it ASAP. If it doesn't go up until noon my time, then we'll start as soon as we can, so the stream will be a little bit later. But, yeah. That'll be the plan then. We'll try to do some God of War DLC tomorrow. Hey, Beetlejuice! Ah, very good. Thanks for stopping in and saying hey. Okay, so that'll be our plan. God of War DLC tomorrow. Something that's dropping today is it's a free update. Dusk HD. We already played through Dusk a little bit ago. For one of our Halloween years. But I would like to check out the HD update. So I'm kind of thinking about slating that for Wednesday. There's also the issue of, me really wanting to play Alone in the Dark 2 during December for a reason which will make itself apparent later. I'm thinking about doing that Saturday. And if we don't finish it Saturday, then carry on into Sunday. We'll see. That's gonna be a lot of streaming for this week, but we'll see. Work sucks, I'm sorry. But hey, you can replenish your wing stash once you deplete it for relatively cheap. So yeah, that's just what I'm thinking about for now. Of course, you know, check here or Twitter to see what's actually going on. We know I have the habit of, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream a whole bunch, while just waking up and being like, nah. Anyway, that's gonna be our plan. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. That was a lot of story and exposition and stuff. But yeah, we made it through, and then we're gonna hit up the south side when we get back. Y'all take care, and see you later.